Hello again. Guess what I got today? Yes. Super NES Classic Edition. Got lucky. Had a friend get this for me. Actually, I worked a midnight shift, so I was at work when this came out on Walmart at midnight. So when I got off at 6 o'clock in the morning, I called around to 3 local WalMarts, and they had none. A friend of mine had some things to do in town during the day, so he went to GameStop and got him one and had his wife wait in line and get me this one. So I am definitely grateful for him for that. Pretty happy. This thing is tiny. I was trying to find my original NES. It's in a box and all. I was going to show you, comparison, but it's somewhere in storage. I'm not even sure where I've done with it, but this is what we're looking at here. The SNES Classic Mini Edition with Star Fox. Some really good games. A little bit this, a little bit that. Talks about it on the sides. Shows you a lot of the games in the back. And I got my original NES Classic Christmas of '91. I actually remember getting it. Mine actually packed in with Super Mario World, which I love. Still have that. I have Link to the Past, which is probably my second favorite Zelda game of all. I to this day love Wind Waker. Just something about it. I just absolutely love it. Used to rent Mario Kart quite a bit, back when you could rent games. Star Fox I have. A friend of mine had Final Fantasy 3. Played the hell out of it. I've actually got it on the virtual console for my Wii U, or my Wii. I say Wii, but yeah, I have it on a Wii. Super Metroid, wore that game out. The best Metroid there is. Love it. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, good way to make yourself throw your controller. Not nearly as hard as the original on the NES, but it's pretty brutal. Earthbound, never played it, heard so much about it. F-Zero, had a blast, played that game so much, wore that game out. A lot of people were complaining because this didn't have Chrono Trigger on it, which didn't bother me because it has Secret of Mana, which I will argue is infinitely better than Chrono Trigger. Absolutely love Secret of Mana. I've actually played through that game probably 2 or 3 times. Just love it. Love it. Great game. Mega Man X, I can't remember if I played that one or X2. I honestly can't remember. I have Donkey Kong Country. Played Super Castlevania 4. Never played this version of Punch-Out. I have the original Mike Tyson's Punch-Out box edition, which is pretty cool. Never played this version of Street Fighter 2. Played the original a lot back in the day, so it's pretty neat to see all these. And it also has Star Fox 2. It's never been released, which is pretty neat. Read online that it's not readily available on here. You actually have to beat the first level of Star Fox to unlock it. This also has Yoshi's Island, which is Super Mario World 2. Never played that one. Always wanted to play it, which looks pretty neat. Kirby's Dream Course. And I thought, yeah, it's got Contra 3. And one I've always wanted to play, Super Mario RPG, which basically Final Fantasy with Mario, because it's done by Squaresoft, back before they merged with Square Enix. So let's get to this thing. I'm gonna open this critter up, see what it's got in here. I'm sure there's plenty of unboxing videos online. Like I said, in my first video I did for my Saturn, not sure what I'm doing here yet, so I'm just tinkering. This is kind of something fun for me to do. And if I can get this box to open up without tearing it apart, yeah, I'll let you see my dirty old socks. There we go. Oh, look there. Got a message on the inside. Now you're playing with superpower. that's kind of a neat touch. Alrighty. I'm just going to do that. Slide him out that way. Much easier with one hand. And let's see what we've got with this thing. Probably warning information. Looks like I guess it's some sort of owner's manual, or it probably tells you about all the games. Probably a big poster. So what we got in here? Well, that's interesting. It's the power supply. Kind of like one for a cell phone. Official Nintendo. I don't know if you can see that. I'm using my cell phone again, and it doesn't exactly focus the greatest. Galaxy Note 4. Camera on it is a pain in the butt sometimes. And first thing out, Super Nintendo controller. And actually, the plastic feels a little different. But this thing is the exact same size as the original. Oh, the buttons are a lot stiffer. Wow, I could tell a difference in 30 years. Eleanor, it's got them marked like it's supposed to. And I believe this thing is post. Apologize here. Like I said, using one hand on the cell phone. I have the Wii hookups, which they said the NES Classic had, which I don't know because I've actually never seen an NES Classic other than online. Yep, that is definitely a Wii hookup. I like the cord. It's instead of being like a lot of times you get just a plastic one. I know it's kind of nitpicky, but this is actually more rubberized than the chintzy plastic you get a lot of times. There looks like, yep, that's my second controller. I'll set that over there. What else we got in here? We have an HDMI cord. And actually, no, that is the power supply. It's got a USB. Yeah, it's hard to see, but it's a USB-C hookup. Interesting. And an HDMI cord, which you can't see on here, but it is stamped Nintendo, so it's an official one. I won't be using that. I've got a spare one I leave out here that I hook up to a little bit of everything. It's easier than unplugging everything all the time. Now what I've been looking forward to, and I'm sure everyone else, if anyone even watches this video. Oh my god, this thing's tiny. The actual console, if you could even call it that. This is hilarious. Oh wow. This video doesn't even do this thing justice. How tiny this, Jesus, this thing is a little bitty. HDMI and the power supply, holy lord. Yeah, your original one that I have, that's where your cartridges went. Hey, it actually works. Power button works like it's supposed to, and reset's just a hold button. Get your, yeah, that don't work. That was push down eject. And the original Super Nintendo controllers use this big long plug, which this is just, I guess they just have it on there for looks. And from what I've seen, I think this is supposed to flop down or come down or something, so you can somehow, so you can get to the controller ports. I'll figure it out here in a minute. Huh, interesting. How in the world do you get that open? Oh, maybe it lifts up. Yep, you just drop it on everything. Oh, ooh, please don't break. Please don't break. Oh, it kind of flops out. Well, that's kind of, I don't like that. You could tear that up easily. It just kind of flims out there. Interesting. Well, since we've got this little critter here, and I'm in my spare room slash game room, might as well hook it up and see what it looks like. I will be, as you can tell, filming this all in one take. I haven't even looked into any sort of editing stuff, or nor do I know how to do that. So I will just stick to the old-fashioned film it all at once and hope it works. Ooh, let's see if I can get this in here. There's our little power supply. Let's get on over here. And, oh my god, that thing is, it's quite humorous. How ridiculously tiny this thing is. Alright, plugged in the power supply to my mini Super Nintendo. Alright. Plug this little guy in. Goes upside down. Alright, that's plugged in. HDMI. Let's get this little controller ready to go. Alright. A little weird Nintendo Wii hookup. What I've seen, you can actually use these controllers on the original NES Classic, which is handy because it only came with one controller. That is if you were lucky enough to find one, or if you wanted to pay the thieves online ridiculous amounts for money over one. Give you a better idea of the size of this thing. That is an Xbox One controller. If that gives you a better idea of how ridiculously tiny this thing is. Hell, I might even have no, I don't have a Wiimote controller around here, but I've got a Wii Pro controller, and it is literally bigger than that thing, which is funny. But let's see if we can get this little guy. Red light's on, means it has power. Okay. Oh, so our setup screen, I guess. And I am picking English, of course. Okay. Wow, that's it? Well, that's simple enough. There you have it. Let's go all the way to the very end. Just make sure. Oh, it just rolls around, around, around. So, of course, Star Fox 2, which, like I said, you had to beat the first level of Star Fox to unlock it. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Super Castlevania 4, which is really fun. Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Oh, it actually even shows 1 and 2 player on there, too. That's neat. Super Mario Kart, great game. Me and some buddies used to wear that thing out. Mario RPG, Mario World, Metroid, on and on and on. 21 games total, they said. So for $80, 2 controllers, you can't go wrong with this thing. I would advise against buying it from eBay thieves, because Nintendo was supposed to be putting out a lot more of these, and seeing how many have been sold already on there, it's just sickening. I was just checking before I filmed this video. It was average price that I saw was of actual sold ones, because you can go on eBay, of course, and see what's been sold, was around 135 to 175 bucks for this thing. It's people just amaze me. And well, since I am playing a brand new Super Nintendo, I'm going to play the game that I played on my original Super Nintendo when I first got it as my first game, which is Super Mario World. So, and actually, what's this spin point on this menu? Oh, you can adjust your display, your options, language, manuals. That's neat. Display. What do we have here? CRT. Oh God. That's what I grew up with. 4.3 pixel perfect. I'm not even sure what the difference is. We'll stay with 4.3 since it was already set there. And I'm going to show you Super Mario World. There we have it. Yep, 3 games. Holy cow. There you have it. It's not much to set this little guy up. Pretty basic. Plug it in and it goes. That's how consoles used to be before internet and all that other stuff that it's nice to have, but you don't need. So that is my introduction to the Super NES Classic Edition. Pretty happy to have this thing. I've read that you can actually, the Hack Chi hack that worked on the NES Classic, they found out that this thing has the same internals, so they're going to figure out how to make it work on this, which will allow you to put pretty much every game you could ever think of from Super Nintendo on it, which is kind of exciting because I've got a lot of the Super Nintendo games. Some of them I've never been able to find. Some of them are ridiculously expensive, so this will give me a chance to tinker with them. Not positive I'll do that, but I'll probably give it a try just to see how it is. Especially if it's going to be, pretty simple. Like I said, this thing was easy to set up, ready to go. Not much to it, so hope this wasn't the most awful video you've ever seen. Here I am again with my teeny tiny Super NES Classic Edition in my poorly lit room with my Xbox One controller that is bigger than the console. It cracks me up. That's hilarious. Hope you like it. Plan on doing some more videos occasionally here and there. Maybe I'll eventually learn how to edit and make these actually not look like crap. So until then, thanks for watching.